It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And that's what we're opening up with.
Welcome to Boston, New York, New Jersey, Fairfield, Long Island, and everywhere else that we're listening to.
Good morning to WCAP in Boston, everywhere else in the U.S. and abroad, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. Happy Monday. Mondays are kind of a little of a lethargic, catching up kind of day to regroup from the weekend that we had.
And then you're going to throw those words at me.
No, I'm going to throw this.
Oh,
Oh.
you have fun with that, huh? You have fun with that?
So yesterday we had the fun of going to a Marlins Mets game down at Marlins Stadium because we're all Marlins fans except for Freddie is our Mets fan. And no one's ever quite been to a game with you because you sent everyone home with peanuts in their clothes.
You eat the shells, and you throw it at the people you're with. So unfortunately, Josh and Bax. I'm not allowed to say his name. Now
The
he's
writer?
the Bax.
Oh, okay.
Right, and I can't even use that. I emptied the bag, this bag, I emptied it over them. So you see them sitting in their seat, and all you see is the peanuts all over, and they're like...
The best is everyone's looking around because no one knows where it's coming from. So he sends one down, and no one thinks. And then the other one, they sort of go like this. And then they go like this, and they're pulling out their ears. The next thing you know, there are peanuts everywhere.
It's the shells, not the peanuts. So
The
you
shells.
crush up the shells, and when you throw it, it like spoofs all over you. But that isn't the hard truth of what happened yesterday. See, today's quote of the day, everyone has the right to be stupid. It's just that some people abuse the privilege. I gotta tell you, we go to, what's the name of the Loan Depot
Well,
Park?
it started that this was an event to benefit the foster children in our community. And different foster organizations from South Florida came to Temple Colony Emmanuel, and they asked us to feed the kids, to serve them, to really bring them forward, and all got to go down to the game. So we started with that hamburgers and hot dogs, a really fun barbecue for the kids, and then we all went down to the game. So
And
very
we got
organized
there,
that was.
We got there a little bit late because I was late, and I sort of sidestepped having to cook.
Yeah, you got lucky on that one. Poor Paul.
They had this grill that was the size of this stage, and I'm gonna tell you, it was like the sun.
But that wasn't even a grill. That was like a homemade tinfoil coal situation. That wasn't like a grill that you go out and buy that's
But
beautiful.
you see the number of burgers and hot dogs that
They
they
got
grilled?
a lot of food off of that.
And they came in, they were all sweaty. I said, want some water? I'm glad I missed that shit. And it's funny because Paul says, you missed it.
Yeah, Paul
I says,
got
I
it.
know, I did it on purpose.
But the
'Cause he
kids had
ended
a
up
great
cooking.
time.
Yeah, but that's all the good stuff.
That was all the good stuff,
the
right?
stupid
The kids-
stuff happened afterwards.
Yeah, well.
We drive down. Who builds a stadium with drawbridges? I mean, I've been in New York. I went to Shea. I went to Yankee. I went to the new ones. I went to Cyclone Park. I went to all of it. There ain't no drawbridges. They got bridges you pay and you drive.
I got to tell you, I've never seen so many drawbridges go up at game time. To me, if you know there's a game and first pitch is at 12:05, then the drawbridges stay down from 11:30 until 12:30. Those boats that need to go by should just wait. There should be a schedule if there's going to be a huge game. It was a huge game, 19,000 people, 5,600 dogs, and everyone's stuck at a drawbridge.
Well, wait a minute. We're going to get to the dogs in a second.
The dogs.
So you get to the stadium, and the parking is around the block because everybody was at the bridge.
Yes.
So everybody has to pour in at one time.
There's like 3 bridges, 4?
It's like 27 bridges. The whole damn place is built on a bridge. The stadium goes up and down. So we get there, and I'm following them, And the guy says to me, oh, come on this side, all the reserved parking. They opened it up because you had to. It was just
You
a
couldn't get
mob.
in,
It was
right.
already the first inning. We missed the very first pitch of the game, which a Met player named Nemo hit the home run. The Mets were only 1-0. I got to miss that. As a Met fan, you know, I mean, I ended up losing this game. I would have been happy to be happy, right? So we get into this parking situation, and you have to pay using
On an app.
Park on an app. So what do I know? So I flagged this guy down. I says, "Give me, Papa." I says, "I give you $5. Help me do this." All he goes through the whole. It took him 15 minutes now.
Because you got to get your credit card, your license plate.
Apple Pay. I didn't even know I had that. But then when you look at the sign, if you take your phone and you hit the app, it goes right through. Again, here we go. He didn't tell me that.
No.
He was taking my $5 and getting his little cart thing going. But you figured that part out, right?
Well, I had that app on my phone. So here we are trying to coordinate. We've got the girls in one car because Texas, Bree, and Haley said they're taking their own car. I had the guys with me. You were with Linda. So we all go down. So now I'm worried about the girls because we say, take the turnpike. And then I hear Navi go, stay on I-95 for another 2.5 miles. And I'm like, well, you guys missed that turn off. So now I'm worried about the 3 girls by themselves on I-95. We all get there, and I'm worried about them finding the garage because they get there before us, and then 10 minutes later, they're still driving through Miami. Now they go 20 minutes out of their way to turn around and come back. I'm thinking, you're never going to find the app. Then we get there. I got to coordinate with Aaron, right? There's a whole lot of coordinating going on.
You see, but women, they don't care about the game.
No.
They see the game, they wave, they go, oh, nice game. They get on their phone, they're reading a book. They don't care about the game. Guys care about the game. You know, we want to see every pitch. We want to be there or be square. Even Paul, I got to tell you, Paul was like, oh, I'm going to go get a beer. It took him 20 minutes to do that.
But they see the size of those beers?
My God, I still have some. It's about this big as a keg they sell you.
Unbelievable.
But then we go to the front of the line. You got to take an elevator down. Who takes elevators at a baseball stadium?
What are you supposed to do?
You can walk down.
And you're in a parking
I
garage.
couldn't find the stairs.
There are people that need the elevators.
I understand that, but you're putting people in an elevator. This is like if you're on the 90th floor and there's a fire on the 80th floor, you're going to take the elevator down. This is crazy. So we get to the line, and you can only have a purse this big.
6 by 8.
A 6 by 8 inch
Or a
purse.
clear bag.
So a shoe does not fit in this purse.
Yeah.
So check it out. Linda, who I'm with, just came down from the elevator. I had to go back to the car
She's got a tote.
to put her bag
Yes.
in the trunk of the car because it's too big. Einstein over here has the smallest bag. I even said to her, why do you bother to carry that? Oh, it has my contraptions.
It held my phone, my...
How did you know that? And don't give me the shoulder. You had to know. You were the only one that walked in with a purse
All
that
the
was
girls
this
had a
big.
small bag.
They didn't have any bags.
Sure they did.
Where?
They were that small that you did not even see. They were the necessities. Because when you go to a public function, you can't take big bags because of things that people
So,
bring.
wait a
Or
minute.
a clear bag.
So now I'm missing the. We didn't get that to the third inning. So I'm hearing the excitement. I'm like, Linda, we gotta go. Linda, why don't you just stay in the car? So now I'm running ahead of her because I says, come on, hurry up. I'm pushing her along, and we go to the game. And at the gate, people are like slumbering. I guess they were drunk or whatever. And the guards, the police are like, come on, people, you're late to the game. Let's go. We're late to the game. You're an hour early.
Oh, because they thought the game started at 1, and then they changed it, and it was a 12:05 game. And not everyone got the memo on that. We knew that because of the kids. Some of the kids even missed the game because they didn't get the change of time
So
either.
far, my life has been turned upside down to see this game, right? Then you walk up 2 ramps.
I was
because
so
you gotta
worried
walk.
about you guys.
The ramps are made in such an angle that if you have a wheelchair, you never make it up. You better have a power wheelchair.
If
'cause
you
ain't
got
gonna
heart
make it.
disease, you're never going anywhere.
Well, then I was huffing and puffing. We were
Yeah, I
sucking
know.
down there. And then we get to the piece, and the lady says, you can take the elevator up to your floor. So I go in there, and there's a gentleman in there in a wheelchair. And says, okay, I want to go to the next floor. No, you got to walk up. I said, what?
And they were steep. I'm walking up the stairs with Chuck, and I said, Freddie's never going to make it up these steps. And then I get to the top, and then you got to go back down. So you go up 2
To come
flights,
down.
and then you come down 2 flights instead of just a little circle. Made no sense.
Now, the
right?
seats are great at the stadium because everything is built close.
And the roof was closed. There
It
was
beautiful.
AC. It was
Now, I'm
beautiful.
sweating like a pig. there's drops of sweat on me. I'm like, forget about it. And I'm saying, if I live through this game, I will never come back to this game again.
Why were you sweating? Did you have to walk up
Because I
some
just
flights
had
of
to
steps?
hike up Mount Everest. The dogs at the stadium, they had dogs bigger than you and me
It was
combined.
like Bark in the Park or something. Their second Bark in the Park.
Where do all these dogs go when they gotta go? A dog doesn't say, take me to the bathroom.
Yeah, there were like 5,000 dogs. So I don't know what the dogs, they were beautiful. Little dogs, big dogs, all kinds of, I don't know what they did with them.
I was gonna bring my horse from now on because they had dogs the size of horses.
They
And
did.
then I'm going down and this dog has my hand in its mouth.
They're beautiful.
I'm like, really? Really? And he was somebody's dog that he needed help with. I couldn't say nothing.
Oh, a service
so
dog.
I'm walking like this with the dog and my hand in his mouth. I said, this is really fun.
Did you have a good time? How'd you like the last play?
And then I'm sitting there, and they were going to play the last play because I'm sitting there, and one of my producers is in the front, and he's a Marlins fan. And I didn't know that he even knew baseball. And he's telling me how they're going to win, and everybody's calling the shot because the Marlins are all swinging for the fences. You could tell. And boom, it happens. And I was so dejected. And he has it on film. We're going to show it in a second. But 5,000 people exit Marlins Stadium
Through one door.
through one door.
So everybody leaves and there's one door. It doesn't make
Dog, human,
Yes.
children, all through one door.
wheelchairs, everything through one door.
So, and the door is like 1, 2, 3, 4 doors, you know, but they're doors like that. 4,000, 5,000 people through that. I mean, this was.
And then you got to all walk down the ramps.
And then,
I'm not really sure.
oh no, and then let's really complicate. Kids running around the bases.
Oh, because you get to go do base running.
So her husband tells me they put a fence up. So now instead of having all this space, you got this space because the kids are going to run around the field.
Base
And
running.
they got a line on that. This was the worst.
No, it was really cute. If you had your grandsons there, Brecken would have, and Joey, I don't know if Robin would have liked it, but the other two, they would have loved running the bases.
If you didn't have COVID, I guarantee if you wanted, just go to a Marlins game.
True.
There was 50,000 people on, and then they had all these people. They couldn't move because everybody was like a sardine.
You're never
So you
grateful
can't
for
leave.
having COVID and recovering until you go to an event and say, gosh, I'm so glad I already had it a few weeks ago, because you figure you at least hopefully have some immunities to that.
And now the grand prize is that you get to drive home in this mess.
You gotta get out of the parking garage
So
first.
somebody decides she has to buy water. I'm dying to
You
get
didn't
home.
have to wait for me.
I had to because I didn't know where I was going. And so I'm waiting because I didn't know how to find my way out of this maze. That's like from, you know how you put a mouse in a maze? And I figured the husband could get me out of here, I can get home. And they decided to go get water
I was thirsty.
in the midst of all the dogs, hundreds of dogs. And I guess the dogs know because they all decided to all crapola at the same time.
Yeah, they all lift their leg on every garbage can. You know, as soon as one does, as you're walking out, they all lift their leg on every garbage can as you're walking down the ramp.
And when you're behind a dog that's lift its leg, you have to wait.
Yes,
It's like
you
a
do.
crossing street.
Yes.
You can't move because the dog, and then that big dog decided to urinate enough for a desert in the sun. I'm like, really? And I says, I'd like to get home before midnight there, big
I don't know,
boy.
it's an interesting concept. And I know it's a beautiful stadium and it's built on the old footprint for the Orange Bowl, so it has longevity and a history.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely.
Listen,
It's
with
where
all
the
due
Orange Bowl was
respect,
back in the day.
Chuck kept saying the sign was here, this, and the end zone. I'm like, Chuck, I don't care. I don't care. I want to go home.
It was a long day.
So what do? Okay, see you, and they left. And I was parked further up, so I'm like, okay, I'll figure out how to get home.
We had to go. I went into my ways and we went up and back a different way than they said, because
Right
otherwise
into
you
that.
just sit there.
I went this way, Flagler, on the highway.
And you got out early, right? Easy.
No,
and we
it
came
wasn't
back.
easy. I just got out. Now, you know, and there's a lot of people leaving the stadium, you have to back up. So Linda wants to run out and say, stop, so that I can back out. I says, they're going to shoot you.
Why would you get out of the car?
Because it's Linda. So I said to her, they're going to run you over.
Yes.
So as soon as she went out there, to get back in the car.
Welcome to Miami.
I said, watch this. I peeled out like Beretta, and they had to stop or they're going to hit me.
Happy Monday to you,
I
everybody.
will never. I don't care if I win free tickets to the World Series and the Marlins and the Mets are playing. I will never go to that stadium again. It was horrendous.
It was an experience.
That's because you won. Try getting kicked in the teeth and you lose, and they have to do all of this.
Listen, it was an experience we got to take our production team to do, and the fact that they came out on a Sunday morning, I give them huge credit. They were here with me by 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
I was late, 9:15.
And we were here on Friday till late Friday night. They had Saturday to do their own thing. They were with us all day Sunday. I can't even believe they showed up for work today because I kind of thought they weren't even going to show up, but they did. So I'm very grateful that they did.
Who builds a stadium?
Around 3 drawbridges. I don't understand.
With drawbridge. Who does that? I mean, Giant Stadium, the Meadowlands, probably the zoo of the world. They're organized. You get in, you get out. This thing, this is crazy.
So the first drawbridge goes up, we're waiting, comes down, halfway, goes right back up.
Because they decided to leave another ship because they got to go. And this was no ship, this is an oil tanker.
Yep.
Who the hell needs an oil tanker on a Sunday?
Sunday, I don't know what to tell you.
And then we go, somebody here decides, let's take a shortcut. So we cut off the buses and poor people in wheelchairs, we run them over and we go down Flagler and the bridge comes up. Same ship that we left back is going across.
If I were by myself, I would have turned around and gone home.
You couldn't turn around and go home. There was a bridge waiting for you on the other
I'm surprised the
side.
girls didn't go home.
I was shocked.
I know, I'm really proud of them. They made it all the way, they stayed, they did their thing.
Anyway, that's why we have this up today.
But way to go, Marlins. You want to take a commercial break?
Yeah,
We come back, we've got CC Clevenger in the house. He's got some big news. We've got a new song. Is it a new song? Your Song of Liberty?
It's my first release, but my second release.
Talk it to your mic.
All right,
Goodness.
so more to come on that. Give us a call. Our phone lines are open. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is the last Monday of June as we get ready for our 4th of July weekend. Yes, when we're all entitled to the freedoms and the liberty that our forefathers gave us. Wait, what was that? 888-994-4995, Studio A, even women. We'll be right back.
You want to hear this?
Planning for the future should not be painful and needs to be discussed. From health, family, finances, allow qualified professionals to aid in your planning. Luhu Advisors have been serving South Florida for over 30 years. A licensed real estate broker, insurance agent, assisted living administrator, and certified senior advisor, Paul Solomon is the most qualified and well-rounded advisor for any task. Specializing in real estate, long-term care, life insurance and annuities, Social Security, government benefits, and senior housing. Luhu Advisors. Let us help you. Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Call 877-281-0289.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow.
Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. During these times, your support has meant everything to us. So my employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. We're selling the best products ever for the best prices ever. For example, we have my towels with proprietary technology, which makes them soft and absorbent. Towels that work, what a concept. They're made with USA cotton and come in a variety of awesome colors. My 6-piece towel set is regularly $109.99, now just $39.99 with your promo code. I support this show, and I would like to offer you our biggest discounts for listening. So please go to our website, mypillow.com, and put in the promo code at the end of this message to get the biggest discounts. Again, thanks for listening, and God bless.
Call 800-883-1046 and use promo code CAFESLEEP.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available, so don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Call 800-651-4808.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Well, I see those flags are flying down a back road in the city streets, proudly in their glory. Well, they mean the world to me. Thank you, Air Force and Marines, Coast Guard, Army and Navy, yeah! Well, America, raise your voices. Hate and crime, it will not pass. If they disrespect our country, well, we're gonna kick some ass. Thank you, Air Force and Marines, Coast Guard, Army, and Navy. To the men and women, whoa, in the military. 'Cause without y'all, our freedom just ain't free. Thank you, Air Force and Marines, Coast Guard, Army, and Navy. To the men and women, whoa, in the military. 'Cause without y'all, I said without y'all, I said without y'all, our freedom just ain't free. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I like that.
Now, Cece, I want you to look at the camera and tell Facebook that you own the music, you wrote the music, and that it's okay to play the music, because I don't know what else to do.
Absolutely. I own the rights to all that music. It's copywritten under me, and I give Brooklyn Cafe permission to play it anytime they want to.
So, if you are watching, do not mute the music. We only play music of people that say it's okay to play.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
is an incredible song.
Thank you so
for the 4th
much.
of July, right?
Yep.
That is for all the military men and women that's fighting for our freedoms, and for the 4th of July coming up. And we just want to have a tribute to all those men and women who sacrificed everything, and all the men and women who sacrificed just going to fight for our freedoms.
Unbelievable tune. I mean, he got another hit, but this guy's a hit maker.
Everything he plays is a hit. I love, and you have a new song coming out in November that to me is like a Blake Shelton. You got to get that right to the man, because that is a promotional, I mean, that's got him all over it.
Well, I mean, it's going to be my song, but
I know, but I mean, wouldn't it be great like to have him help you produce
Oh,
it and to
absolutely.
bring all that up?
we have great producers for the studio. Buddy Hyatt from the group Toto is actually the main guy at Hilltop Recording Studios, and he's playing keyboards on the song. He's actually producing the song with his sound engineers and team. My manager, Jason Rashley from Ozark Music Group, is putting in a lot of work. So we have a big team on the CC train to just get this thing rolling and steam it down the track.
You just got back from Nashville.
We did. We came back Friday night.
Nope, Saturday night.
So, we're still jet lagged.
And then you
Saturday
played
night.
yesterday somewhere.
We played, as soon as we got off the plane, we went down and played at Pompano Beach, and then last night we played at Johnny Brown's. Wow. So and then we got a full week coming up. We're going to be on the radio show here on the 30th. I got a keyboard player coming with Tommy Vincent. Then we play Johnny Brown's again on the 2nd. And then we play a party on the 3rd, and we play 4th of July at the Square Grouper in Jupiter.
Now, we've been here 2 years and 7 months.
Yeah.
And we never had a band play, because as soon as we opened, a couple of months later, we had to shut down everything on the outside in because of COVID. So this will be a first. So what I would like to do is, after the 8 o'clock, after the radio show, is to let them keep playing and let us record this thing and maybe interview and sort of use this like a tease for the concert you're going to be going on. So tell people a little bit about the concert you're going and what you're doing with that.
For Thursday night?
You're going on concert, you're going on tour.
Oh, I'm going on tour. Oh, yeah. So the tour is getting set up. We actually added another artist to go out with me as a partner, Russ Stallings, who is a phenomenal songwriter. We had a songwriting session in Nashville. We actually wrote a song, and we actually wrote 2 songs. And he's a phenomenal guy, country guy. He's written songs for a couple famous guys, one of them being David from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, the guy that sings Man of Constant Sorrow. Russ has got some great hits out there, so he's joining me. We're going to put on a heck of a show on tour. I believe my manager says we got 65 dates now that we're going to be doing casinos. We're going to be doing fairs and festivals, and we're just looking to get out there and start playing.
Wait a minute, you're going to do 65 dates?
We have 65 dates.
6-5?
Yes.
Not
sir.
6 to 5, not
65.
65, yeah.
That's 2 months.
No, that's not enough.
2 months. You're going to be on the road 2 months.
We're going to be on the road we're starting out in the fall of 22, and we're going to keep going. It's not going to stop.
Wow, 65.
Are you going to come back and forth, or are you just going to keep going?
Some of the legs of the tour, it may be like a month long. We come back for a week or two, go back out for another leg of the tour, and then it'll just keep going like that. Well, we'll have a few weekends off here and there, unless we book something in between the dates that we're traveling to.
All right, so I have to ask Colleen, are you going, staying? How's that going to be for you?
Unfortunately, I have to work still, but I will be flying out on the weekends that I can out to the shows.
Now, I wanted to announce the surprise because I posted yesterday Cece's going to be in the house, and there was a surprise. And Colleen is a surprise.
Okay.
Because Colleen is the other side to Cece.
The yin to his yang, right?
Well, I'm curious to ask her. I mean, I know that he's doing his thing, and there's a lot of things coming at him, and he has to make decisions and everything else. How does this make you feel right now with what's happening to him? I want to get your perspective on this thing.
I'm super excited. It's been a long time coming. He's worked really hard and has had a lot of, lack of a better word, haters who've said that he wouldn't make it to get a day job. But you can't really take that creative out of somebody. So I 100% support him and everything that he's doing, and I'm really glad that Jason and Ozark Music Group is taking him to the next level. And then what they classify him as a baby artist right now, new emerging artist. So in the next year or two, he may be up there with the Jimmy Allens and the Blake Sheltons of the world.
There is
and
no
that's
doubt.
our hope and our end goal. And for me, I'm just going to sit back and support and help him make those decisions, being the CFO of the company.
She's the boss.
What makes financial sense, right? So I'm working with the management team on what makes sense for him, just so that we're all on the up and up and keeping each other honest.
Well, it's a tough business. Music is a tough business.
It's very tough. You have competitors everywhere. You have people that try to stab you in the back, promise you things. I've been signed to 3 different record companies, and I've been stabbed in the back by all 3. So I'm very blessed to run across, and it was a chance meeting to meet Jason Rashley from Ozark Music Group. He is incredible. He's a godsend because he's doing so much work behind the scenes, and he's flooded with other artists that he promotes, like Russ Stallings, who's going out on tour with me. He has a podcast that he does. He does radio calls on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, calling radio stations to get them to play for us. He's in contact with all the tour dates, all the tour people. So he's, he makes it clear that we do not call him on Monday and Tuesdays because of radio days. So we just text him back and forth. So, but he does a lot of work, and Colleen does a lot of work with him. He usually calls her instead of me because I get too excited. So he has to talk through her, and then she tells me what he says most of the time. So.
You know that thing called imposter syndrome where you think, I can't believe somebody so great is in our studio? And I look at you every time you come, and I don't even know how you found us, but the lyrics, the songs you put together have such meaning. It just resonates on so many levels of hope and compassion and love and coming together. And here you come back again and you bring your wife. Like, we are so grateful that you continue to come and support us. Right. That we think anything we can do to support you, because your message is so strong. And right now we've got this time where our country is so divided. Doesn't matter what side you're on, we're in a country that is divided. And they should be coming together because we see war and hate, and we see the mental health issues that our youth are having. And your messages are so strong and non-political.
Yes, ma'am.
It's about coming together, and I love all of that you share. And then you bring Colleen with you. And I would think you've been with CC for years and years and years, but yet it hasn't been all that long.
No, and he came into my life when I really needed somebody. I mean, everybody has a story, right? I've heard you talk about this before on the show, and I had lost a husband to heart disease. So I moved from Indiana to Tennessee, and thank God he came into my life when he did, because it's just been just the emotional support and making me who I am today, a better version of myself.
What has it been like for you to be in the music? Were you in the music industry before?
No, ma'am. I am a water chemist by trade. I like getting out in the field and getting dirty and, testing water throughout Southeast Florida, certain industries, food and beverage mainly. But no, I have not. But Jason is a good educator, and all the folks that we've met along the way who are really steering us in the right direction to make good sound decisions when it comes to his career.
So what has it been like for you coming into a new career with a man who's got so many messages to share? And you see what the business is like. It's not all, the entertainment business is not a pretty business sometimes.
No, it is not. It's tough, it's cutthroat. Everybody wants to be that number one star, and some people have it, some people don't. And like when we were in Nashville, you see those artists out on the streets just strumming their guitar, hoping to get some tips, hoping to be seen. And again, like he said, Jason came into our lives in a really good position or a moment in our lives that we really needed some kind of bigger guidance.
I was at the point where I was going to give up. I was going to quit. I just got messed over by another record company. I said, you know what, forget this, I'm done. I'm just going to do what all these haters say, go get a job and just work out the rest of my life. And then by chance, I messaged Jason online, and he re-energized me. Colleen Ritter, she's my saving grace. She's the rock that holds, the glue and the rock. So I said, all right, let's do it. If we're going to do it, let's jump straight in and let's do it. Because I got so many songs, I got so many things to share. I got stories to tell. I've got people to help, and this is my dream. This is from 7 years old on stage the first time my parents put me on stage at a company picnic trying to imitate Conway Twitty to nowadays where I try to imitate everybody, and like Kenny Rogers is my hero. And, I just want to get out there and share the music, share the message, and if I help people along the way, it's a plus.
It's amazing because you got to keep doing it in front of people, whether it's 10 people, one person. You got to keep playing.
Absolutely.
If you stop playing, then the music stops. And the music don't ever stop. That's why that sign is up there. Don't stop the music. You don't stop. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It only matters when you look in the mirror what that person says. And you got to keep playing, and you got to keep playing. And you got to keep playing. And the more you play, eventually, somebody's going to say, hey, who is that guy? I remember when Kendra was on our first show, and she sang. Nobody knew Kendra. Nobody. Nobody knew J-Lo either. And she's singing East Tremont in the Bronx. Nobody knew her either. But they kept singing, and they kept singing. And if you look at Marry Me, J-Lo's movie, forget about the music and all that for a second, she shows you how she did not stop. Right. She puts it everywhere, 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 everywhere. And then she adds more everywhere. And that's what you got to keep doing. You got to keep doing appearances. You got to keep doing this is an appearance, walking it together.
We're not giving up. I'm not going to give up. We got the mentality to just keep this train rolling. And we want to. We want to do the best we can. I'm going... Learning, always learning. You never stop learning anything. When we went to Nashville, I learned different ways of songwriting, different wordings, and different how to rephrase what my thoughts were. They said my songs were good, but they took it to the next level while we were there when we did the writing sessions. And you never stop learning, and it's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That's a good idea. But you don't think about that if you're not around the right people to help you along the way.
Sure.
So I'm thankful for Russ, and I'm thankful for, Bobby Tomberlin, and everybody that I got to write with. And hopefully we'll keep on going. And I think we're supposed to fly out to Nashville once a month now to do songwriting sessions, recordings, and just keep me on that path to where I can write a lot more songs.
And you're recording everything you do, right?
Yes,
Getting on the
absolutely.
plane, getting off the plane, putting it on, you're putting it all over the place.
Well, right now the recording process takes a long time to do.
No,
I think
nothing
he
about
makes
that.
social media
like
exposure.
the other
social
day.
media. Oh, yes,
the other
yes, yes.
day he woke, and I don't know if you saw this. 3 o'clock in the morning, we're in the hotel room. He's up singing into his phone because it just came to him.
That's what you got to put up there.
And so yeah, he has his digital recorder on his phone, and he's always recording the ideas that he has, which then come to fruition later on.
That's what people love.
as it develops.
They love the backroom stuff.
What's it like for you, Colleen, to see the process in all of his messages?
I drive her crazy.
Well, no, it's all the things that she loves about you that now you're sharing, I'm sure.
Go ahead.
His heart is just full, and he wants to tell his story and through his music, and it's really touching when he literally like writes a song about you and our life together so far. It's only but our first year anniversary since September, so for him to write a song, you feel that special place in your heart. And then when we're out and he'll sing our favorite song together is Tennessee Whiskey. It's the first song that we've danced to that he sang to me at the same time, and he would dedicate it to me at the show, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're so lucky," and I'm like, I'm blessed, I'm lucky. We don't take life for granted. We're very humbled by everything. We work hard for everything that we have, and he works hard every single day. He's got guys coming over during the week to do writing and helping him get those thoughts on paper.
All right, so how did you meet? If he's singing Tennessee Whiskey to you in your ear, I'm thinking, okay, how'd they meet? Where'd you meet?
We met on Facebook dating.
That's cool.
By chance. I didn't even know Facebook dating existed at the time. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give it a shot. So you flick through all these people and you look at all these profiles, and something just caught my eye. She was at the Tennessee football stadium for the UT football team. Yeah. And she was posing there, and I'm like, all right, that looks like a nice country girl. So
I'm not country whatsoever.
She's not country whatsoever.
Where are you from?
I born and raised in Sauk Village, Illinois. I raised my family, or my children, and my husband and I lived in Valparaiso, Indiana for the better part of our life. So right on the tip of Lake Michigan.
How old are your kids?
Oh, 2 26-year-olds, 24, 23, and 19.
I shipped 2 26-year-olds.
Twins.
I might understand
They're not
that,
twins. They're not twins.
No, they're not twins.
What, you have 9 months apart?
One was mine, one was his. So they're 3 weeks apart.
Yeah.
Wow.
But good, solid family unit. The kids are really
I've
close.
inherited 5 kids.
Yeah.
So,
Unbelievable. What a message. What a blessing for you guys.
So, after all this, you got to write the book, right?
Yeah, and you know
I
what?
need a ghostwriter, that's for sure.
She's a ghostwriter.
That's the joke, is like I would call my mom and she'll call me, say, okay, what chapter, what volume are you on? Because literally we can write a book about our lives and our upbringing, and then all the way to the point where we're at now. And it could be 3 volumes.
You should.
You take a recorder.
I want to.
You take a recorder, you record. You give it to somebody who listens, and they write it out.
Yeah.
And then you put the book together. But you got the book. It's going to come out. And then after the book, of course, there'll be the movie.
Yeah.
It's funny because you never expected any of this to come. And the blessing is coming because of how you're doing it. La Bamba. Remember the movie La Bamba?
Oh, I used to watch that all the time.
Well, that whole movie was about a love song. He was lovesick about
Donna. Yeah.
Everything he wanted was just her attention. The music just flowed out of him because he was trying to send her a message, and it ended up being his career.
Yeah.
So you never know. I love it, and I know that you guys call them the haters. I call them the blind, because people that can't see are blind, and they just don't get it.
I just, sometimes, how's that flattery quote go? The best form of flattery is somebody trying to imitate you or something like that. But, I use the haters or the blind as fuel. I mean, if they say I can't do something, then I push harder to do that to prove them wrong. I mean, it's some's been close family that has been that way. And, you know, like my single that I play all the time, I don't have to like you, but I love you. It comes to fruition. And there's a lot of people, we just went over 200,000 streams on it yesterday.
Congratulations.
So we're going to keep going with it. We need to get to 1 million streams. So if everybody can get on Spotify and click that like button and follow, we'll get there and get that 1 million streams.
It's an amazing song.
Well, that's an incredible song. And then the one you released here with Tommy, I guess 2 weeks ago.
My Heart Belongs to You.
Holy
is,
smokes,
oh my,
man.
it
That's
gives me
actually-
the chills. That song
Yeah.
I would love to.
That got over 3,000 hits just that day.
Yeah, that's actually the song I wrote for Colleen. And
Is
that's
that song
her
out yet?
Not yet. We haven't even gone to the studio to record it yet.
That song is amazing. But the music you produce is amazing. It's coming
Thank
from
you.
your heart. There's just so many different ways. See, one of the biggest problems you're going to have is the challenge of holding that dragon by the tail and making the right decisions.
Right.
But it isn't a right decision. See, you're going to have your work cut out for you. There are many right decisions, and you just have to sort of play along with all of this. And you know, they remember you for the last song you wrote,
Right.
right? And then they're going to be looking for that next one.
We're
And
actually
that
going to be
next-
playing a new song for you guys on Thursday.
Awesome.
My keyboard player's coming, and we wrote a song together called Whiskey Woman. It's a downright country song, and we're going to play it for you guys Thursday. So it's going to be a brand new one that's everybody's going to hear.
What's going to be on the flip side?
It's going to be on the flip side, the B side, yeah.
B
We got
side.
plenty of sides, so we're going to keep flipping that thing
We
over
talked
and over.
about that. That's unique.
Colleen, what's it like for you being in the country world?
I mean, I grew up listening to country music. It's the business side is different. I wouldn't say the fame or whatever, but it's, you know, Jason has always told us, well, if you see somebody or meet somebody, you're not a fan, you're an associate. So that's kind of how you have to change the mentality in the business when we're out on the road and we're meeting all these new folks like we did last week, that they're our associates or our partner, writer, writing partners,
Peers
or
and things like that. Yeah.
so it's a little different. What's really gonna challenge us in our relationship is him going out on tour, and we have
distance.
not been separated for 2 years. Him going on tour. I have a couple business trips coming up in September where he literally freaks out, you know, when I have to go out of town for one day, let alone a whole full week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time. So that's going to be the challenge.
I'm
for
one of
us.
them guys who, and being a musician, other musicians can relate. I don't like to sit still. I don't like to have nothing to do, because if I do sit there and have nothing to do, my head just goes crazy. I can't think. I don't know how to act. I write music as much as possible, but I gotta be doing something 24/7. She gets home from work, she's exhausted, dirty, sweaty, and I'm like, okay, what are we doing now? Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
And she's like, I got to take a
I'm
shower.
like, just
I
give
wanna
me 5 minutes.
Give me 5 minutes, right?
So
You got to get ahead of the curve. So you got that bubble bath waiting for her. Listen, I'm 60 years old. I'm going to give you a little know-how here.
All right.
You make it so that when she comes home, she may not even use it because she's going to be touched by the fact that you cared enough about her coming home. But if you do it and you got all that done, she will actually participate in listening to music. And she'll get into it because she sees you're starting it off right. But to keep, to marry her is easy. To keep her is hard. So you got to do this every day, day in and out. And when you're on the road, thank God they have FaceTime now. They got smell-o-vision for colognes. They got flowers. You're going to have to play this whole, but you're right here next to me, virtual.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could get a pillow with her face on it, things like that. I'm just telling you, because what breaks up in this business, what breaks people up is the separation, it's the distance, because you miss each other.
Right.
And how in the world do you get over the hump of that? You got to sort of improvise. So
Conversation is the biggest thing for me. Even I got to have the conversation. I got to have the knowledge, because like I have squirrel moments where I'm thinking about one thing and next thing you know, I'm over here I just tell her all the time, if you just tell me what's going on, what we're doing, how you're feeling, then I'll understand and then I can work with it.
And I was reading an article this morning that some of the greatest minds are those minds that have the squirrel moments. They call it people that have ADD and ADHD.
I do have that.
The greatest scientists, some of our presidents, I mean, these incredible entrepreneurs that you all know, Steve Jobs and Branson and Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, these great minds, Thomas Edison, because they found a way. You got to get out of that box because your mind doesn't work like everybody else's. So it's those minds that are even more creative and more successful because you find another way.
I do have ADHD, and it's hard with that, with the clinical depression that I battle. It's hard, but you know, music, we have music going in the house 24/7. I mean, it's either on our phones when we go to sleep. I'm watching YouTube all the time, learning stuff. I research how people do it on concert because the way the CD's made in the studio, there's multiple tracks, there's multiple things they add to your voice. So I watch the way they sing it on concert so I know how they do it, or just whatever artist it is at the time that I'm studying. And then, you know, working on lyrics, I have, like I said, I have paper napkins from restaurants when we're sitting there in a restaurant eating, and I'm like, give me a pen, quick. And I'm writing on napkins, placemats, you know, and then most of the time I leave them in my pocket. When she washes it, it's just like, oh.
And the other great thing is you're always giving back. You've given some of our producers amazing opportunities. My nephew has been watching you on every show.
That's right.
And he left college and he wants to pursue his music career in Tennessee. He went looking for housing, and Cece says, tell him to come down on Thursday, let him play.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're always extending and giving to everyone.
Yeah, Josh played with us at the beer garden.
Which is amazing.
And he did a great job.
He was amazing, by the way.
He put the video up on there, and I was like, all right, awesome. I'm glad somebody got that on film.
They're so
His
great.
neck wasn't hurting then. I don't know.
No, you like that. He
wants
healed up real fast.
He wants to be in the book. He wants to be in the book, so it comes down to.
This Saturday, you're going to be at Johnny Brown's in Delray Beach.
The 2nd, we're going to be at Johnny Brown's in Delray Beach. We have a private party on the 3rd. The 4th, we're going to be at the Square Grouper in Jupiter for a 4th of July bash from 2 to 6. And then I'm flying back out to Nashville on the 18th to do a songwriting conference. And so I'll be out there 3 days, and then I come back straight to another show. So.
And where do people download your music?
They can go on Spotify and look up CC Clevenger on Spotify. They can do it on Amazon, on Pandora, iHeart. It's on every digital media platform they can. If they do that, they can share it with their friends and family and get me to that goal of 1 million streams. That would be phenomenal. We're on YouTube. My manager has given me a list now where I have to daily task of putting it on social media and doing podcasts and doing little short videos, which I'm old school, so I have no clue about any of this stuff. I'm slowly learning as we go.
This whole Instagram, Snapchat thing.
TikTok.
I can't even keep up with Facebook, let alone all of these other platforms where now on Snapchat you're going to get a piece of our life together. You know, we've been posting about our little dog who's just a terror. She hates me. She's obsessed with him,
right?
And so little snippets of, you know, our story. And along the way, I'm taking photos, videos of even here at the studio. You know, this is what we did this day, and these are the experiences, and we're so grateful for you all letting us come in here
absolutely.
and sharing our story, and you know, sharing it with
I
Southeast
invited all
Florida.
my friends to like the Brooklyn Cafe TV page.
Well, you always got home here. I don't care if you
appreciate
just want to come and take a picture, because everything we post with you on it explodes.
Well, there is more to come. Stay with us. We need to say goodbye to Boston, to WCAP for today. We'll see you on the other side of this commercial break. More with Colleen, CC Clevenger. I think we might even have backs.
Yeah.
And we got some baseball highlights and a whole lot of fun. So stay tuned to the other side of this break, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Breathing through my troubles, trying to be smart, living with another, passion in my heart, partners come and go, always with a twirl.
Providing music you will enjoy. JM Production performers will brighten up your stage. Condominiums and residential communities, nightclubs and restaurants that want to provide top quality singers and entertainers for their social events, banquets, celebrations, and their customers use JM Productions to ensure that they have an uplifting and beautiful event. Now, tune in for the show.
Amy Reshevsky can help you choose the right piece that will add some magic to your space. Amy Reshevsky has a wide range of art, from abstracts to mosaic tapestries, and she paints on different surfaces, such as reverse painting on glass, tables, wall hangings, and sculptures. Her work can be ordered online at amyreshevsky.com, or you can come in and see it in real time at the Brooklyn Cafe Art Gallery. She also does commission work, so if you have an idea in mind, she can make it a reality. She invites you to reach out to her at Facebook or at email at amyreshevsky@gmail.com. That's amyreshevsky@gmail.com. Have an artful day. Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Call 877-281-0289.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You have to laugh.
I have nothing to say. Do you have a broken heart song you can sing for me?
Can't even hide it.
Lots of broken heart stories.
That was hilarious. Nice job, you guys. That was funny.
Was that Josh saying, there he goes? Was that Josh? Was that you? Yeah, I figured.
Look who's here.
Who's here?
The lady behind the curtain.
Come on in.
How you doing?
Good.
That's
That's
a
okay.
lot.
That's okay.
That's a lot.
We'll start bringing it in. We'll put it in Studio B because we still have an hour to go. So just put it in one. The kids will guide you as to where to put it.
Some new artwork
We
coming
got some
in.
new artwork. We're going to be moving. Take a look around. Tell me what you think. I was putting it over here. Up
Nice
on
to
the
see
wall.
you.
New artwork. Audrey.
Yes, but that's Patrina.
Katrina brought Audrey's work,
Correct.
which is spectacular.
So doing more stuff. But I love your story, and I was asking
thank
Cece what it's like to have 5 kids and grown kids. Like it's built-in family. What was it like for your kids?
Well, he didn't really get to spend a lot of time with them because they live in Indiana still, all but one. And when we moved to Tennessee, I didn't have any children with me at the time. They had their own lives, trying to figure out their own lives, actually. Except for Brandy, she was the youngest. She was 17 at the time. She just turned 19. So he didn't really get to spend a lot of time with them. When we go up north to visit, it's just still kind of like new for them. But they respect him, and they respect my decisions, our relationship, and that's all you can hope for.
You have the perfect family music storyline to share, to grow, because it's not just about your music and what you do in front of the camera with the music. It's behind the scenes, and it's your story and coming together and everything that brought you together. I mean, to me, that's what music is, but that's really what country music is all about.
When you play at the Super Bowl, it could be 5 years from now, when you play, I want you to invite me. I'm going to sit in the front row, and I'm going to look over, and everybody's going to be there. All the kids are going to be, everybody's going to be there.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
just a matter of time. You see, you're doing it, we just have to catch up. Remember I used to tell you, this stuff is already happening. And some people can actually see it happening already. That's how you ever notice somebody tells you your future, and it happens. Because some people are a different wavelength, and they can see
Right.
these things. But when you're playing at the Super Bowl, or you're doing a concert at one of these stadiums, and he laughs, when it happens, they're all going to be there.
Here's a funny thing, Freddie. Mr. Impatient. So Jason and I have to bring him down a level because it just doesn't happen like that overnight. It's a long process. He could be the creative. He could put out all the songs. He could, write the music. It's a process.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be, the future is about 1.5 to 2 years. That's kind of where we're at. Hopefully Mama can retire by then.
Sometimes a year don't have 365 days in it. Sometimes it has 700 days in it.
Yep.
But you got to learn how to enjoy the moments. I tell the kids in here, you got to laugh and enjoy every day till you get there.
It's funny. I was once listening. The Bible says God created the world in 7 days. And you think, how could you possibly create the world in 7 days? No one said that 7 days was what we consider a day.
That's right.
No one said it was a day is 24 hours. It's whatever it was at the time, it was considered 7 days. So it reminds me of what you just said.
We measure time. God don't measure time.
Right.
You don't measure time.
Right.
You on the ride. It don't matter if it takes 20 years. You on the ride to get there. You're going to get there.
It's like she said, I'm very impatient, man. I've been doing this for so long, and I can see it happening, and I'm just like wanting to step on the gas and go. But it's like she said, she's got to knock me down a peg, and Jason knocks me down a peg, and then I go huff and puff into another room somewhere and finally come out and cool down and just, sit back and try just to relax. It's hard for me to relax because I got so many ideas and so many things that I want to do creatively. I mean, all the time I have ideas for opening restaurants here and opening things like that, but you got to do step at a time. And just, it's hard for me to do sometimes.
You all really need to come to a show because we could talk about it, You hear it, but have you ever seen a live show?
We got to come
Although
to a
whether
show.
it's cover or his solo career, hopefully the solo sooner than later, but the cover stuff, like his emotion, everything comes out. I mean, just on stage, and people get excited. And last night we had a couple of our neighbors from the community come over and just supporting him because they hear about us talking about it all the time, and they come out and they're our number one fans. Those the people that are come in and day out, and he just puts on a great show.
And when you do an event at Johnny Brown's, can people are eating there, or you got most people in the streets?
Oh, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
they're eating. They show up at 4 and they stay till midnight, just because they heard that we're playing. It's funny that we had one group in a van going down Atlantic Avenue, and actually got into an accident because they heard me singing Tennessee Whiskey, and they stopped, and then they accidentally hit the gas and rear-ended somebody else. So after they got done with the police, they came in and watched the rest of the shows, and might as well finish it out, man. We just couldn't believe that was not Chris Stapleton on stage.
Yeah, his voice carries all the way down Atlantic Avenue.
Well, he got some voice. That song, he is that bad boy on the mark.
So we enjoyed it. You definitely got to come out and enjoy the show at
What
Johnny
time you
Brown's.
play? What time's the the event Saturday night?
June 2nd is going to be at 9 o'clock, 9 to 1.
What a great 4th of July weekend gig, though, in
Oh,
Delray
that's-
Beach.
I
That's got to
love
be
Johnny Brown's. Johnny Brown's
nuts.
is my favorite, yeah.
right. When you get that call, you must think, "Holy smokes, this is what a venue!" Because that is where everyone's going to be. Is Delray Beach 4th of July weekend?
Oh, absolutely.
And the staff is amazing there. They take care of the crews, the bands.
I've become personal friends with almost every single waiter, waitress, and
bartender
and
there.
bartenders, and they take care of me as soon as I walk in there. They give us
hugs. Paul, shout out to
and,
Paul.
Yeah, shout out to Paul, man. He comes up and gives her a big kiss on the cheek, comes up and gives me a big bear hug, and they just, we put on a show. We treat them like our family, and it's a big family.
What's
So
your favorite thing on the menu?
we have a tradition now. Every Sunday we
Every
go to Johnny
Sunday.
Brown's. We get a buffalo chicken wrap, and then we get 8 boneless wings, and we share it.
So I'll get half the wrap and half the wings, and
Yeah.
just because everything is really good there. The Juicy Lucy burger is really good. It's stuffed with
Juicy
cheese. Oh my goodness.
See, we're advertising for Johnny
I think we
Brown's.
should bring Johnny Brown's in here, or we should go do a shoot at Johnny Brown's.
Yeah,
We tried a couple of years. Johnny Brown went like this, and then COVID came in and started went like this, and then now it's like this again.
Yeah.
You can't even get by the
Well,
train tracks.
they know people.
Yeah, we know people. Yeah.
You got to be able to get to him and his people. I mean,
Hello,
it is
people.
So packed.
Hello, people.
Yeah.
Maybe they could helicopter you in.
It would be nice if Johnny Brown's would sponsor me on the road for the tour.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm
I
serious.
think we should bring him in here on Thursday night and see the powers that be. You
Yeah.
see, what I want to do, I want to do a kickoff Thursday to try to bring in people
Yeah.
to put some money up for the tour.
Yeah, we got a lot of plans for the show on Thursday night. We're gonna do 4 original songs. The keyboard player, Tommy, if I could talk Mike into playing his little snare drum that night, then we can get him in here to do a snare drum thing. But we got some 4 covers. We got about 5 or 6 originals. We're gonna fill up that whole half hour.
What kind of sponsorship are you looking for, in case people are listening?
We're looking for sponsorship for pretty much anything, mostly travel and merchandise. So
Gas prices
gas
are really
prices are
killing.
We need
ridiculous.
specifics. So I'm going to talk to you.
You need
after the
money.
show.
Yeah.
You need product.
We got to pinpoint
It's-
what is needed.
Yeah.
So
not
we
just
need
anything.
financial help as
Okay.
far as buying the T-shirts. The sponsors would go on the T-shirt. Their name would be on the T-shirt with mine. We would advertise on my website their name, and we would put sponsored by. When I'm on the road touring, there's a part in the show where I would say thank you to all my sponsors. We would videotape it, put a clip on our website to show them that we're actually appreciative of their sponsorship. So we're even thinking about, instead of doing a tour bus, which takes diesel fuel for right now, diesel fuel is skyrocketing. We're just going to get a 15-passenger van, do it old school, because the price of gas is less than diesel. And, that's...
So it's like, you get the bigger artists, they have those buses and, given to them, or they buy. We're at a level
they get
right
the
here.
sponsors, yeah.
So we
They
have
get the big sponsorship that pay it's $120,000 for one run for one bus.
Agreed.
That includes the driver, the insurance for the bus, and everything. And we don't have those
we
means.
need a box. Listen, if you got a box truck, put the equipment in. We need a box truck. And you put the equipment in the box truck. You can't put the equipment in the van.
Well, we
And
would
then you
pull a
have
trailer.
We would pull a
behind it.
trailer.
Yeah, and that's another way of doing
Yeah,
it.
they would get the 15
Or
passenger
you can
van and then pull the
feed
trailer.
off his song, the Honky Tonk Tour Bus.
We got a brand new song I'm writing called the Honky Tonkin' Tour Bus, which is pretty much, I shouldn't be saying it because somebody could steal it.
Yeah, okay.
It's
yeah.
copyrighted, don't worry.
It's that's
Patent pending.
yeah, the name is copyrighted, so watch out, y'all.
And if you own a bus service, let's talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because maybe somebody wraps it and you put the name of the bus service.
Yeah.
We could wrap. The best thing is we can wrap any sponsor around the tour bus, and that's a big billboard for them going up and down the road, and they would have their name all the way up and down the United States, and
On the
you
East
get
Coast.
advertisement on this bus.
And we'll put the bus on the stage in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a backdrop.
There is a backdrop. We can do a whole backdrop that comes down and have the bus with their name on it back in the back.
You never know.
And you call it the bus tour or something. I mean, there are so many different ideas.
It's tough to start out at this stage of the game.
Only the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're looking.
But, once I get on stage, that's the real show. That's where I get all my people is the live stuff. The CDs are fine, the studio's fine, but unless you actually come out and watch me live, you're not going to get the full experience because, like she said, I put my heart and soul into it. Last night when we played Johnny Brown's,
It was
at
so
the end
hot.
of the show, I was just about passed out because I poured everything I had into that show.
And
So,
I'm sure everybody that was watching it felt it.
oh yeah,
And they saw it.
they saw how sweaty I was after after the show. So.
You need a wardrobe change.
All right. So on Saturday, 9 o'clock at Johnny Brown's right here in Delray Beach. Come on out to the concert.
Thursday.
Saturday, July 2nd.
Thursday here.
Thursday here. Saturday at Johnny Brown's. You want to bring more people in Thursday?
As many as will fit. I'll even open up the bays and everything. And listen, he's used to sweating.
Yeah.
It's just so hot in Florida.
And you know what? It was actually hotter in Nashville than it was in Florida.
Of course.
It was 99, 100
109.
degrees, yeah.
It's crazy over there.
We've got a lot of people. We've got Angel and all her people that are going to be here.
All of them.
You talk about a change in demographic Thursday night.
Listen, we're looking for sponsors for the gig. We're looking to talk to people to do things and expand this thing because we're able to bring his show every which way but loose. But I want people to come and talk to him and to his manager here and put things together that makes sense for you. It makes sense for them. And there's an old saying: buy when it's low, because right now nobody really knows him yet, even though your numbers are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But when he blows up the scene, you can be right there next to him. Take advantage
Get
of it.
in, get in on the ground floor because once it starts rising, it'll be hard for them to get in. Once it starts.
Facebook started with one person.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
No, one other person.
Oh.
We don't know the name. But
It
the
all
first
starts with
person
one.
that signed up.
Yeah.
And look at it now, billions and billions. So this is ground floor stuff.
But I just want to take a minute to thank you guys
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
having Charlie,
Thank you.
CC, I call him Charlie, on the show and taking the time of supporting a local musician who's, aspiring to be number one, eventually, hopefully. But you guys are the best. And
Yes,
people
thank
like
you so
you
much.
who,
Thank you.
take the time out of your day to support local musicians. It's phenomenal.
Honey, he is the
Thank
day.
you.
Man like this deserves to have everything coming to him. All of it. See, I sat in your chair 15 years ago.
Right.
I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life either. And it changed. So I'm always in the give back.
I appreciate that.
Because
and
it goes and
yeah.
it goes.
And I support a lot of our local musicians too. I support everybody because I know how tough his business is. And if I see talent like Josh back there in the room, who's a phenomenal guitar player, anytime I have a show, he's welcome to come out and jam with us.
I've been
every
trying to
single
get
time.
his band in here. He has a little band that they put together, but they're in the garage. They said, "No, man, let's do this in front
You got
of
to take that. You got to take that leap of faith, and you got to get out there and play in front of live people, because that's the only way you're going to know if it's working or not. Is if you put a show on, perform. He did a great job at the beer garden, and people loved it. All the people there were saying, "Man, he was good." So
That's
and we asked
awesome.
him to play again, but he didn't know any other songs that we were doing.
All right, let's get you some water. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, let's follow up with our crew, see what they've got going on.
Good enough.
More with CC. Stay tuned with us. Happy Monday, everyone. We'll be right back.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422. For no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
I'm Heidi Wild, and the only moisturizer I use on my skin is Javon's Desired Radiance. Javon's quality starts with producing the goat milk of the blue herd. It could make your skin look and feel younger and more radiant, just like mine. And now, there's a Javon's Desired Radiance for men, too. Order now and find out for yourself at javon.com.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Call 800-651-4808.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe on this beautiful Monday afternoon. I can't believe we are the last week of June until you step outside. Freddie is in the back. I do not know what he's doing. I have a bag of peanuts here that there's still some in the bag that he was so gracious to save for our crew. From the event that we got to do, baseball game last night, we've got Cece with us, we've got Colleen with us. He's walking around and our crew was here. They're doing their thing. But it was so great to have you guys, and your music is amazing.
Thank you so much.
And I love the fact that you're a water chemist. That is the coolest thing. I wouldn't be like in the water towers doing it. I think of like Aaron Brockovich. You're like at that place where you make sure everything's safe for people.
Correct. Believe it or not, I wanted to be a forensic pathologist.
Wow.
And be a coroner. I did an internship at a coroner's office, and when the children that were deceased or burn victims, I'm like, not for me. Let me just stay in a lab. And then I'm out in the field and, meeting people, new industries. It's fun.
So you're out doing water samples and all kinds of different things, make sure everything's clean and doing what it should be doing.
Yep. Clean for operations and clean for bottling. And
so are you a total germaphobe? Because I am, like, total germaphobe.
I have sanitizing wipes everywhere at my house.
We have
wax on, wax off. I mean,
millions of bottles of hand sanitizer everywhere. We have the Clorox wipes everywhere. It's every time I get done off stage, she's greeting me at the stage with a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
Sanitizer. That's
you like spray them down with alcohol?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Don't touch me until you sanitize.
When you go to hotels, do you clean everything?
Yep.
Yes. I run the shower for about 5 minutes, hot water. To clean out the pipes, because you don't know if somebody had your room and that water's just sitting in the piping and could be getting full of bacteria.
Now you test water, right?
Yes, sir.
So when I turn on my faucet in the morning to make coffee, I should let it run.
Yes, sir.
The cold water. And if the hot water was running, you should let it run twice as long.
Correct. Yep.
Because the hot water has a tendency of making pipe bleed. It's called bleeding or whatever, that the stuff is in there.
Well, you could get bugs, yes. I wouldn't say bug, I mean microbiological growth. Yeah.
So when they turn on the faucet here to give me a glass of water without a filter, even though you filter it, you gotta let it run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that water has been sitting in that pipe for.
I mean, you get some treatment from the city who supplies you the water. They actually add like a chlorine or a bleach component, and they have to meet a certain spec before it's sent out to the public. So you have some protection, but I wouldn't 100%.
But the heat of the ground,
yes, sir,
changes the chlorine elevation.
Yep.
Because sometimes it
gets
smells
oxidized.
like pure
Yep.
chlorine. And you can't drink that.
What about fluoride in Florida water, or lack thereof? Is that a big concern?
On my part,
Doesn't
no.
matter.
On the health side, I couldn't tell you.
And now what's your part? What do you determine, whether it's usable?
Well, mine is more for process, like cooling towers, boiler operations, that keeps the companies I work for running
Corporate
without a
machinery that
shutdown.
uses water and
Yep.
keeping it clean.
So
no
that water-
scale, no microbio.
No scale.
Yeah.
So it doesn't turn that white color
I should
stuff?
see my
That's
Keurig
called
machine.
white
How
rust.
do you do that?
Calcium carbonate scale.
Well, how do you do that?
There's a special chemistry that gets added based on the hardness and alkalinity of the water.
You mean like a softener?
Possibly.
Like a water softener?
So does she intimidate you with all this stuff she knows, Cece?
No, not at
It
all.
freaks them out because my lab is in our screened-in patio.
We have a screened-in patio, and her lab is literally out there. So you see a bench full of chemicals, and sometimes she gets me to run her labs for her.
That's right, because you're in the medical field also.
I've been in the medical field for 20 years, so it's fine. I mean, I'll help her if I can, but.
But this is so intriguing. So you actually test water at your house?
I have tested our water to make sure it's good.
And do you, a softener, you ever have a water softener? In New
Yeah,
York, some
reverse
people have it.
osmosis systems I deal with, but on like a large scale, larger than this room, full of RO membranes. And then they sell the little small ones that you can fit under your sink. They do have a water softeners that, I work on the big scale.
But they add chemicals to the water to make it softer, because you can't even sud up. You can't put suds on you because the water's too hard.
Well, they use salt in the
Use
softener
salt.
system, yeah.
Oh, I got a million questions. Salt pools. Salt pool versus
Saltwater pools.
Saltwater pool versus
It's just
chlorine.
preference. I mean, chemical-wise, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper, but is it more healthy? You could be honest.
I don't want to be. Look, we live on the water, and I hate the feeling. I mean,
You don't like the salt on your
We
skin.
live right on the intercoastal.
Yeah,
and,
no, I don't
you know,
like it
That
at all.
isn't salt water anymore.
What
It
is
used
it?
to be. Well, she's the chemist. That's good.
On the beach, it's salt water. The beach is all natural.
They had so much debris going into the ocean. It ain't salt no more. You'd be surprised what's in that water.
You'd be surprised what's in that buffet you eat at, too.
No, big difference.
No.
I don't do buffets.
I don't do buffets.
We can't do buffets anymore
Because
since I
I'm a
had my surgery.
germaphobe. I know somebody else's mitts have been on that
Thank
spoon,
you.
and I am not touching it.
I don't do buffets. I don't do public hot tubs.
Take your
Nope.
own spoon. You don't have to use theirs.
Oh,
you
really?
use your own
Okay.
thongs, whatever this called.
Yeah, we can't do the buffet anyway because after my gastric bypass, I can't eat that
Oh,
much
you can't eat
anymore.
that?
No.
Yeah, it's just a waste of money.
I
So it's all good.
Which
can't
is
have
good. Good for
carbonation,
us.
can't have caffeine, can't have.
So do you go in the ocean?
Do we-
Yeah.
You have no problem with that?
The ocean's clean. Well, I mean,
Oh,
Although,
it's
like-
not clean by any means, but
Right now, not where we live because of just the
that seaweed.
seaweed's coming up on the beach and stuff. But like we were walking on the pier towards our boat the other day, and there was a big turtle. Like, I'm from up north. You don't see that stuff, right?
it's like a big sea turtle.
big,
Yeah, huge.
And we right in the area where we would just kind of bring our cooler out on a little float, and we would just kind of float on our boards and hang out. And I'm like, if I didn't look down, if I was in that water, that turtle would have bit us. It would have bit us, or something, or I was stepped on it. I got freaked out.
Yeah.
Do you feed it?
No.
So why is it still hanging out there?
It's
got the little fish going in there.
Yeah.
It's feeding on.
Sea turtle season. You got to protect, and then
We
they
get
lay the
manatees.
eggs
We got
and they bury
manatees
them.
over there.
Yeah, we got
We
manatees.
should just
Wow.
close all the beaches down for the turtles.
They
and then
do.
come back in August.
They do. They rope them off. You can't go near them. You can't put on
Yeah,
lights.
see, that's another thing. The bacteria in the water, you get those red algae blooms. You can't go
Next
in that
door.
water because it will get in your skin.
Do
If
you wear water shoes when you go in the ocean?
Yeah.
You do? Yes?
Yeah, we both do.
Yep.
I put on water boots. I have to put them up to here now.
Yeah, I know you do. It's a whole nother thing.
Stuff bites you at the feet.
So what
I
are they
got
going?
stung by a jellyfish.
Yeah.
You see?
I accidentally got stung. I accidentally fell because the tide came in, and I fell, and my hand gripped a jellyfish, and it just.
You gripped it.
I
Must have
gripped
hurt
it.
like the
Yeah.
dingies.
It did.
You know the cure for that, right?
Yeah.
He wouldn't let me do
Somebody
it.
had to urinate on me.
Why you don't know how
He
to
wouldn't
do
let me.
It works.
I didn't. I did not let her do it.
I had a
suffered.
perfect stranger do that to me.
I suffered through the 2 hours.
Really?
Of
Does
pain
it really
for,
work?
Yes.
Okay.
Now she didn't pee over me. What she did was she put it in a container and she put it on and it stops the
Yeah,
burn.
but she was wanting to do that on the public beach and pee on me.
Yeah, she uses a
So
towel
I
and
said,
she
no,
pees on
no,
you.
no, no, no. I suffered
Listen,
through.
if anybody's gonna pee on you, I'm gonna tell you over there is the
Well,
way to go.
yeah, but
Okay, this is getting weird. Come
I
on.
suffered through
But
the
it
hour.
does
of pain.
work.
I suffered through the hour. It's all right.
Wow, that hurts, man. You ever get stung?
No.
No. Oh, you don't even go to the beach.
Do you go in the water at all?
She don't go.
I do.
She goes like this. Yeah, I'll be there in the 6 days.
I don't
No, well,
usually
we-
go all the
yeah.
way in the water.
We get on the boat. She jumps in the water every once in a while, and I'm sitting there just chilling, listening to music and watching everything.
Now, when you go on the boat, do you go out?
Yeah.
No.
We don't go to the ocean.
I'm scared.
You don't
The
go to
inlet.
the ocean. You're on a boat. You gotta go to the ocean.
We're on the intercoastal,
Coastal.
so we
No,
travel
no,
the
no,
intercoastal.
no. You gotta go to the ocean. The water's different in the
I
ocean.
can only
She's
go through
scared.
there because they fly through that inlet, and those waves are. I'm afraid of getting thrown against a rock. I mean.
Well, you gotta you read the map and you find
Yeah.
like a breaker or something. You go through there. Then you tie yourself up and you jump in the ocean. You're gonna see a different animal out there. The water's blue.
Yeah.
It's actually clean out there. Over here, it turns green or gray.
Yeah.
Or,
Brown.
We
Yeah.
travel and just putt along the intercoastal and go down towards Boca or
oh, you go in the intercoast? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's teaching me how to drive the boat, so I can't get out in the ocean yet.
How big is your boat?
It's just 18.
18 feet. So, and we got 3CS music on the side, advertising for the company, so everybody sees it when it goes by.
Green and white.
Green and white.
You should have a big boat, rent a big boat, and you put the band to play with a cover because you're gonna get burned like a crisp. and you go up and down the intercoastal, and I will guarantee you, and then you have somebody in cars selling tickets to the concert.
Yeah. You know, I'd love to do a big concert around here somewhere. They're
Meisner
talking,
Park.
We're
Let's do
actually,
Meisner Park.
we just got an offer for Meisner Park on the 16th. It's a hamburger festival down there.
I know it well.
16th of what?
They just asked my band to play the 16th
Awesome.
at the Meisner Park Hamburger Festival.
That's the big one that they used to do.
What's that, the Battle of the Burger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think we're actually going to be there to
We're
play
waiting
at
on
it.
confirmation on that.
Tell them we want to stream it. Now, I spoke to her, and she told me if you can get them to agree to do it, you can do it. Because we streamed one cover band segment there.
You know what? I'll give you permission right now. If we get that,
Well, you got to
guys
get
come
in
down.
first. But that would be spectacular.
It's at what, Sanborn Square?
It's Meisner Park.
Oh, it's right in Meisner. Awesome. It's the Battle of the Burgers.
The drummer is really excited because it's all the burgers we can eat for free.
Well, all the vendors are around
Yeah.
the ring.
And you buy a ticket. From what I understand, you buy a ticket and you can go to all the little.
All the vendors.
Yeah, and taste
So
test.
that would be awesome if you guys did a video.
And we put
stream.
this banner up where we were doing interviews in front of it, and then we
Yeah,
had a
absolutely.
little show thing on the side where we ran
Absolutely.
cables, and it was a whole lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's July 16th.
July
Let's see.
16th. Put it on your calendar.
I'll definitely let you know if we get the confirmation for it.
Now,
It's a Saturday.
It's a
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, July 4th, we have to take some pictures and stuff to Vic's event over by the park. And I wanted to do a little streaming there just to show them it can be done. But we'll see. The logistics, and there might not be enough time on that. But that's a place that I would invite you if you're in town and you're not
Right.
busy to come and do a 15-minute interview
Yeah.
so that people get to know you at these public places.
That would be awesome.
That's what you want to keep doing is public.
Yeah, we got to go next door. Let's take a commercial break. We
Let's
got to
do
go. We got to go clear that up over there. Give us a call at the studio, 888-994-4995, Studio A. I still got to hear from our crew, so let's see what we got cooking over there. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Creative, enchanting, whimsical. Artist Gina Bella is always creating artwork based on real stories and emotions. Expressed through Italian papers, paints, flowers, metals, and clay, her feelings and stories come to life. Complete with glittery diamond dust over paintings and pottery, Gina Bella is always creating new pieces and commissions. You can find her work in staging homes, family Christian bookstores, New Jersey boutiques, and the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery, where she offers personal guided tours of her latest art pieces. Gina can also be found hosting weekend art camps, where she teaches adults and children pottery, painting, and jewelry. For more information on Gina Bella and her art, contact livinglifeartfully@gmail.com or give a call to 954-857-5444. We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, you can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie in a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
Are you ready to relax and unwind? Come visit the Spa Facial on Ocean Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale Beach. We offer facial therapy, body treatments, waxing, men's spa treatments, and so much more. Our spa services are a great way to take a step back from the bustle of everyday life. Come take a break with us. We guarantee our all-natural products will bring you to pure tranquility. Call us today at 954-213-5034 or visit our website, thespafacial.info.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. I am so glad today we got an early start. Where are we headed anyway?
Who knows? Wherever this glorious day takes us, and we'll take Don Pablo along too. Rich and flavorful with low acidity and notes of caramel. No matter where you're going or where you end up, Don Pablo never disappoints.
Is that Don Pablo coffee?
Sure is.
Do you have any more?
Sure do. Then hop in.
No matter where life takes you, Don Pablo Coffee is always there to pick you up.
Coffee News is a fun, family-friendly weekly publication provided free to restaurants, coffee shops, and waiting areas for customers to enjoy. Grow your business today through the power of effective, affordable advertising. Coffee News is an active marketing medium specializing in the ongoing weekly promotion of your business. This builds awareness for your company so you become known as the leader of your industry and develop brand awareness so people think of you first when they want your services or products. Maximize your visibility and achieve outstanding results. For more information on Coffee News, contact sunrisecoffeenews@mail.com or give them a call at 954-951-7870.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. During these times, your support has meant everything to us. So my employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. We're selling the best products ever for the best prices ever. For example, we have my towels with proprietary technology which makes them soft and absorbent. Towels that work, what a concept. They're made with USA cotton and come in a variety of awesome colors. My 6-piece towel set is regularly $109.99, now just $39.99 with your promo code. I support this show, and I would like to offer you our biggest discounts for listening. So please go to our website, mypillow.com, and put in the promo code at the end of this message to get the biggest discounts. Again, thanks for listening, and God bless.
Call 800-883-1046 and use promo code CAFESLEEP.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Have a little snack. I make as much of a mess as you do. Take those away from me. I've got absolutely no peanut willpower, and they make me sick, so it'll be really bad.
What are they called?
Peanut willpower. Ever know something tastes so good, and you're like, okay, this time I'm not going to get sick when I eat them, and you eat them anyway, and you go, why did I do that? I'm going to get sick.
Peanut M&Ms are my downfall.
So good.
She gets in my truck where I hide all the wrappers after I eat them, and she opens up the console when there's a million wrappers in there.
You hide them? That's hilarious.
He's not supposed to have them.
They make M&Ms now with pretzels and peanuts.
Potato chips, too.
You guys like
M&Ms with potato
we should do an M&M tasting contest. We should buy all the variety and do it. Yeah,
That would be awesome.
let's do it. I got to go to Publix anyway and get milk.
Maybe
so
I could make a special
let's do
appearance
it.
for that.
Well, let's just do a taste test on your favorite kind of M&M. So we got the crew line back up there. It's like, see no evil, hear no evil, and there's 3 of them lined up back there. How was your day yesterday at the baseball game? What'd you guys think?
I loved it.
You did?
Yeah, I hated waking up early, of course, but it was so sweet that we got to go serve food to all of them.
Have you ever been to a game?
I have been. I've been to that stadium when I was younger. My brother used to play baseball, so he always wanted to go to the games. But it was nice because I have a lot of like old photos of being there with like all like the letters they kind of have outside. Like I have a lot of childhood pictures like in the area from outside the Marlins Stadium, so it was cool to see again.
I was so impressed on a Sunday morning. I thought for sure I was going to get here yesterday and no one was going to show up, and they all showed up. They were actually, the girls were even here before I was here yesterday.
I was late yesterday because I had to get gas.
You almost hit Bree in the parking lot.
What?
What?
They almost did something with Bree.
Now you've been Texas. You've been to Marlins Stadium before?
No, but I've been to baseball games in Houston.
Now, did you ever go to the Dallas Cowboys place?
Nope.
That place makes this place look like romper room.
She lives in Houston.
It's 100. That's still Texas.
Yeah, how big Texas is? That's why they tell you don't mess with it.
She can go to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Yes.
It's enormous. It holds like 120,000 fans.
It's huge.
They also have 3 doors for all 120,000 to come in and out.
I got to tell you, I was so impressed with Katie that she drove down there in her big SUV. There's this little girl from Texas driving down to Miami, and I'm like, wow. And the fact that you guys did not turn around when you couldn't find parking, again, so impressed.
It was an experience.
You were lost for almost an hour.
Not an hour.
About 20 minutes.
We went one separate way on the freeway, and we still got there 20 minutes late-ish.
You were not late. Well, you got there before we did, then the parking, but you found it. Back
we got close to the stadium, and then we were trying to find parking. That took us completely out of the way. And then we put in directions. It said we were 20 minutes away.
You're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. But, you know, we got there, and everything worked out, and it was a great time. So, worked out.
You found parking in the with all the cars parked that holds like 100,000 cars.
The parking garage?
Yeah.
That word?
Yes.
Yeah. Did I tell you? I don't
In a
kid.
parking garage.
You did find parking.
You know that building where lots of cars park. It's that thing.
Listen, I'm a little miffed because you and Chuck decided to go 100 miles an hour. I'm waiting for her until I couldn't. And
I wasn't driving though, and I was like, oh.
I mean, Chuck is like, he's going to the Indianapolis 500. So I'm watching him disappear because nobody knows where we're going, how to get there. Unless you put it in waves, I guess that was the way he was doing. So I pulled over to the side. And then I got the honks. And then the cops are coming. I said, I can't wait here for her. So let me go slowly.
Did you get yelled at?
So I'm zagging, you know, when you go up the ramp, and Linda's screaming at me, "You're gonna get an accident!" I says, "No, I'm just going like this."
But they made it, and I was really proud of them for making it.
shocked.
I don't know what pictures or anything they took, but I think they had
Haley
a good
got
time.
very good footage. She brought her camera. She was a photographer for the day.
Oh, yeah.
She killed it.
How'd you like being with the kids?
I thought they were sweet.
Yeah.
They were very
So
cute.
cute,
It was
right?
a good experience.
22 kids showed up after we left.
Oh, no way.
They didn't get the memo that the game started at 12, so they got there after 12 thinking that they can go to the 1 o'clock game, which is normal. And 22 kids, so they had put all the stuff away. They had to take it all out again to feed them. And Jeff says that we had done everything at the first part. They had to get all of the people in there and take it all out.
To do it all out again.
It took him like an hour and a half just as he was exhausted. That's
Kids
why
were
they
so
did it.
sweet though, right?
So did they bus them in, or
I don't know what
how
the
they-
transportation was. Do you
It
know?
looks like they rented either vans or cars or whatever, and they took them in clusters because he said 22 people showed up in 3 cars.
Oh, okay.
And they went down to the stadium afterwards, after they fed them and all that. But you know, it's really funny. You hear all the different stories and what's going on. People are so polite, you know, can I have 2 burgers? And the Met fans got given 4 burgers.
Kids were so cute.
And the kids, it was an honor. I told Jeff, thank you for doing that. We'll do it again whenever you want.
It was really nice to have you guys all there in your cafe shirts. I thought this is so cool. This is what we love that we get to do.
I told him to get tickets for the Jets and Miami Dolphin game so we could do the same thing again. I'd love to do that, I'm going to tell you.
I'm sure you'll have a better outcome.
This year, I don't think so. I think that Miami will win this year.
I was trying to get the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers tickets.
Are you a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
She is. She's a Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Good team.
Yeah.
You remember the Super Bowl years and all that?
I love me some Big Ben, although
He's gone now,
no
thank
more.
God.
They have all of these bars on Federal that's Steeler country. I have never seen so many Steeler country bars.
Here?
Here. It's the Steelers or the Eagles. What is it? Everybody from Pittsburgh is down here?
Ever see This Is Us, that TV show?
It's an amazing show.
I love that show.
Oh my, did
Phenomenal.
you? Right, they're huge Steelers fans.
Yep.
Yep.
That's because the Steelers were winners in the day. They had that. They had the curtain, and they had Franco
Steel
Harris.
curtain. Yeah.
They had all those players.
Greg Lloyd, Kevin Green, all
Lynn
them
Swann.
guys. Yeah. Lynn Swan, Mean
I
Joe
tell you,
Green. Yep.
I bought me a Steeler uniform when I was a kid, thinking I was a Steeler. Everybody wanted to be the Steelers.
Why?
They were great because they won 4 in a row, no? They were great. Dynasties in football don't happen.
Baxton, how'd you like yesterday?
It was really spectacular. It was a whole lot of fun. I enjoyed spending the time with the kids. It really, like when you do something like that, it really just makes you feel amazing. Even though we were not there for very long, I think we made a whole lot of difference. And the game was just so much fun. I hadn't really been to a lot of baseball games throughout. Well, I have been, but the only really baseball games I've been is at the Brave Stadium, because I remember my dad would always take me there, and we actually, I think the last time we went there was I think 2 or 3 years ago. So it was fun to not only go to the stadium again, but see a different team play.
I'm glad you had a good
I
time.
owe Baxton, Braz, whatever.
There's no R. It's always been that
Why?
way.
I owe him an apology. He was supposed to sing karaoke for us today.
Yes, I know.
So what I want to do is I want to save it for tomorrow.
Okay.
And let him open up tomorrow, heart open, with the song that he's going to select. Did you pick a song for today?
Yeah.
What's the name of the song?
I changed it a few times. It's actually, I'm going to be singing Anthem from the musical Chess.
It's a good song.
Yes, it is.
Good
It's a
song.
very good song.
So, and we got 3 authors coming in tomorrow. It seems to be Authors Day tomorrow.
We have 3 authors? 3?
3. We had 2, and someone just texted, can I come tomorrow? We got 3. I got another one on Friday.
They need to write my book.
So I'm thinking, they're telling
Didn't
me
you
you should
write a
write
book
your
yet?
book.
Did I write it yet? No, it's
No,
all
we
here.
need a ghostwriter to do our book, yeah.
I tell you record it and then anybody can write it.
Haley, you do that too?
My mom really wants to write a book. She's a writer.
Oh,
We've got a big story for her.
Is your mom a ghostwriter? She writes for people, doesn't she?
Yeah, she'd love to write. Yeah.
There you go.
She's been a magazine editor.
That would be a phenomenal
forever.
book right there, I'm telling you.
You're going to
We've
write
got
a book.
so much stuff that we could add into a book.
Has your mom ever written her book?
Yeah, she used to work at a publishing company when she was younger in New York, but when she came to Florida, she's just been doing like magazine work. But we were talking, and like she'd love to do a book. She wanted to do like her own, but I'm sure she'd love to do something like that too.
We'll have to
There
give
you
her-
go, Colleen. We
we'll have
got
to
you a
talk to her.
ghostwriter and everything.
I wrote 7 pages of my book,
7.
and that was it.
You wrote more than I have, because every time I write something, she has to fix it.
But the problem is that there's so many stories that I have that they all get convoluted.
Mixed up, yeah, that's
right?
the thing. Yeah, mine. See, I have OCD real bad, so it'll be a timeline of, this moment in time. I wanted to start at high school and
Thank you.
further, so high school till now, and then into the future. That's my envision.
There was a book called Catcher in the Rye,
Love it.
which is not allowed in schools anymore. Did you ever read it?
Sure.
And I read it in Puerto Rico. It's the first time in my life I ever read a book from beginning
Why is it
to
not
end.
allowed in schools anymore?
Because there's suicide and stuff in
Yeah, they take a lot of stuff out of school now.
I cannot believe what they're taking out of schools.
I believe they took Hamlet out of there for a
it.
while.
Yes, they did. And they took the Seuss books out. It's because of colors and stuff like that.
Haley, what do you think?
I don't know. There's been a lot of like banned books for decades, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff now that's like with like the Don't Say Gay bill. Also, they're banning a lot more literature in Florida.
I just can't believe the things that they're taking away and doing, and you guys should do like a whole show or something on it, because it affects your generation so much, and then the younger generation.
Well, it's really strange, because if you look at what's being voted on, 63% of the American public did not want Roe versus Wade overturned. But it was because they brought in these 3 new justices that sort of tipped it in that direction. Now they're talking about stacking the Supreme Court. I thought you told them to slow that down.
I did.
See, that's what happened. Now they're talking about stacking the Supreme Court, bringing in more players so they can stack it. And you're watering down what the Constitution says. I mean, we were built on a document that was published over 200 years ago because we were an oppressed nation. And that is the closest thing, and you don't want to change that, because then all sorts of stuff will go haywire. But we are the longest republic. Now, the empire in Rome had the same problem. They wrote laws that changed over time. And they made the amendments to change time to their present day situation, and it got rid of the nation.
In my
That's why
opinion,
they
we've
don't do
gone
it.
backwards in women's rights. My opinion, I know other people feel other ways, but in my opinion, for what I feel, I think women just took a step back 50 years.
Well,
Agree.
I can't say that I disagree or agree. I just, it's funny because now that they left it to the states, which is what the Constitution said it should have been, the federal government should not be running states. Do you know this? We are individual countries, states. So now we're going back to the way it was originally written, but they went to the Supreme Court because they couldn't make up their mind as to what they're going to do. So now you got, 50 states, 51 states, whatever the hell it is, and everybody's going to have their own opinion of what to do with this mess.
How many states do we have in the United States, guys?
I lost track. How many states are there?
50?
Yeah, I was going to say 50.
See?
Is that a
They
trick
don't
question?
teach that no more.
How many states there are? Katie, how many states in the United States?
50.
How
Not
many?
51? So did I. Isn't Puerto Rico supposed to
You
be
guys
the
are
52nd
confusing me.
state?
It's a territory.
It's a territory.
And before we got 48 in the continental U.S.
We don't have 48 states.
And then 2 territories, Puerto Rico and Alaska.
Absolutely not. No
We
way.
have-
There's got to be at least 50 states. How many stars are on the flag?
We're going to have to ask Alexa a lot of questions.
Ask Echo.
No, don't ask Echo. Echo gets me crazy.
You're going to look it up?
Josh
Okay,
is
you-
going to pull up a graphic and throw it up there.
Josh is going to do that. You never know what he's going to do.
Come on, Josh, put it up there, buddy.
Unbelievable. I can't believe I don't know this.
Tell us.
It's 50 states.
I don't know why there was a question about it not being 50 states.
Why?
Given that that's a
Because we're
very
old
important
and
fact.
we just don't remember.
Sometimes I think we should go to school when we're our age instead of when we're your age, because then we
Learn something.
we would learn what we want to learn. Because when you're young and go to school, you're like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to learn this. I'm never going to use this. But now we're like, we need to know.
But there are so many things that change in our present day. Now they're going to go after it. This guy wants to open up about gay marriages. Is it constitutional? I don't remember if any of the forefathers actually said they were gay. Doesn't mean they weren't.
Correct.
Right? Doesn't mean they weren't. But I don't remember anything like that being embellished in the Constitution.
All I think is there's a whole lot more to worry about with mental health, with war, with fires, with what's going on in our country and our planet than to start taking people's rights away. Because now it's just being more divisive than unifying.
I just don't understand why they spend
People
time
should have the
on
right to live the way they want to
Why
live.
is it all this time, with all of the problems that we have in our country, we got to waste time on something that makes everybody angry? If you're going to do something like the gun bill, which to me, I didn't really do much, but it was in the right direction, right? Why didn't we celebrate that dance? And say, together we got something done.
Because that was Thursday, and look what happened Friday.
But this is so stupid because they said, we got this done, then let's throw this in there to water down the victory. I mean, running a country is like running a business. And if you you mount up all this negative stuff, what do you think is going to happen? Bad stuff.
So we
Do
gotta
you
bring the
remember the
positive.
riots of the 70s, the racial riots in this country? Anybody remember these?
Sure. They don't. They weren't here, but yes.
You remember
We
them?
were born in the 70s.
We were born in the 70s. 70.
There was racial riots in the country, and they had a trucker coming in from Tennessee, and they pulled him over, and this gentleman hit him. This guy hit him with a brick on the face, and there was a helicopter from a police helicopter who captured the whole thing. The guy was sent to the hospital. He had over 200 stitches to put his face back together again. And he was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and they caught the guy that did it because he was on film. And he asked, can you bring me the guy? And they thought all this, he's going to beat him up and all that. He put his arm around him. He says, listen, I forgive you. I know why you did it. And they are best of friends today. Today.
He's a stronger man than I am.
Well, he did it because at the time, like now, there was change and it wasn't fair. This is when Rodney King and all that stuff was going on. and there was so much hate going on that he didn't want to add to it. And do you know they only showed that film one more time afterwards, and nobody's ever talked about the good stuff, but they showed it over 1,000 times when the bad stuff happened.
I think it's time to unify everyone instead of dividing them. But I understand why people divide, because it gives more power to those that divide instead of bringing the masses together and unifying the people. Those in power seem to think if you divide people, they stay more in control. But think about that you do.
See, but the funny thing is that those in power are the people in this room. And what I don't understand is, you know, Biden and Harris and Congress, they're only as strong as the power we give them. Vote them all out. Threaten to vote everybody out. Now, you have to do it through a democracy, otherwise you got anarchy. So, vote them all out because the power lies within you. Do you know what they did for the country by overturning Roe versus Wade?
What?
Democrats are going to jump on the platform. You want the Republicans to run your country? 87% of those polled are going to vote. Now, you know what happens when Dems vote? The Dems win. The problem is the Dems don't come up to vote. So what the Republicans just did is they knocked themselves out of the box. You're going to have a ton of Democrats come out. That's what's going to happen. So this is going to backfire on them, just like it should, because it's a bad decision to be had at this time of our country. You going to vote?
I always vote.
But I bet you I know who you're going to vote for. You're not going to vote for the guys that just did this Ku Klux stuff that just went on.
Nope, I
And
will
there you
not.
have
And
it.
everyone's entitled to their opinion, but for me,
But there's the power.
and for their
Anger
generation,
is
and for my
powerful.
daughter and my daughter-in-law, no.
I agree with you. Like, we're just dividing. Like, I don't know about the younger generation. I can't even turn the TV on because everything is so negative.
It
Even
is.
on social media.
Yep.
It's horrible what people are doing to one another, let alone just, I don't know. We hardly watch TV anymore. We just can't stand,
But the funny thing is,
negativity.
you are in a position now to help him, so you sort of got to know what's going on to the states that you're going to be
Yeah,
going
you're right.
to.
And then like stories like you guys, like I like hearing those uplifting stories about supporting, the unfortunate and the homeless and the orphans, and that's where it gets us. And I like hearing those types of stories of how people are coming together to uplift those folks.
So it's all about is bringing people together. But by dividing a country and dividing people, those in power, you've separated. But if you bring the masses together on a good cause, then it uplifts people as a whole and it raises the vibration. And that is what we should be working on, not the opposite.
Ever since I saw my cousins serve in Vietnam, and ever since Vietnam, I can tell you, I seen hate. I seen my cousins get Pampers thrown at them, called baby killers, and they were just serving their country because of the draft. And the draft means you got to go. Otherwise, you go to jail. Ask Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, he'll tell you about that. Elvis went because they drafted him. But what I'm talking about is ever since Nam, I said to myself, putting people together, it's got to be a bigger calling than unity. Because I'm going to tell you, we don't have unity in this country. We are divided all over the place. Men, women, gays, straights, it's everywhere. And we better get our act together. Otherwise, we ain't going to be a superpower.
Ready to wrap this up?
I will, because I'm going next door.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe. Please be kind to each other. Come together for the goodness of mankind. And we will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.